Friends or Enemies by Cindy, Alyssa, and Ocean. Chapter 3. Ocean's agitation had taken its toll, and she also dozed off, glad to be left alone. But eventually...
What the heck is happening right now? Are you serious, Ocean?
What the heck?
Ocean straightened up in her chair, wide-eyed. It was the Apple Alex voice coming from her phone. It wasn't even a voice that was used for Siri, GPS, or anything else on her phone. And it wasn't saying any of the usual things a phone's voice normally would. Ocean stared at the phone. Alex continued.
Poor Cindy had to deal with so much shit from people throughout the years, and you're the last one to do it. How dare you treat her this way? All she did was try to comfort you, and this is what she gets.
Alex was Cindy's favorite text-to-speech voice, and Ocean knew this. What she could not figure out was how on earth he was chewing her out about Cindy via her own phone. Ocean was in no mood to theorize about it, nor was she about to answer to a computerized, disembodied voice.
I don't know how this is happening, but screw you!
Alex went silent as she turned the phone off.
There, that'll shut him up.
Oh no, you don't.
Apparently, Ocean had forgotten that Alex's AI voice was on her computer, too. Without a word, she held down the power button until the computer shut off completely. Then she tried to rest once more, but she couldn't make sense of what was happening. Why was she becoming adverse to things she used to be just fine with? If that wasn't bad enough, her electronics seemed to be getting an aversion to her. She wouldn't be able to think straight unless she took a nap, so she tried. But she slept fitfully, and finally she decided to risk turning her computer on again. Maybe the Alex thing had just been some sort of weird dream. Cindy finally awoke, feeling no better than before. Hearing nothing from Ocean, no screaming or any kind of activity, Cindy eventually got up the courage to check on her. Maybe Ocean would have thought better of things by now if she was calmer. Cindy opened the door. There was Ocean, still sitting sullenly in a chair, typing on a computer. Cindy took a deep breath as she tried to stop shaking.
Are you okay to talk now?
Don't you get it? We are no longer friends.
So it had all been worth nothing. Just another huge heartache on top of all the others. How could Ocean be so cruel? Maybe it was because she turned out to simply be the cruelest of them all. Cindy's thoughts whirled around in her head at lightning speed. If she had any idea Ocean would be such an insidious backstabber. If only she had known. And why did she allow herself to trust anyone after so many others had treated her mean? Why did she think Ocean would be any different in the long run? What was it about Cindy herself that caused people to just walk all over her and then toss her like yesterday's news? Ocean herself had been backstabbed before as well. So how could she, of all people? Unable to hold back, Cindy ran back to her room in tears. When her tears had let up, Cindy decided to play a little game of Vortex on the Alexa device that was in the guest room. She got surprised by the game's behavior just as Ocean had with the Alex voice. It was Alpha who greeted Cindy, her favorite Vortex character.
Hi Cindy, as you and Ocean are our captains along with Ariana Flint, our logs showed you're falling out. I am so sorry. I never thought Ocean would do this to anyone. Especially you.
I accept your apology, Alpha, but I really don't understand what has happened to her. I don't know if she had a headache or something, but I mean, all I was trying to do was give her comfort. And I really don't understand what happened.
She should not have done that. You were just trying to comfort her.
What we're trying to say is that no matter what Ocean said or done, we won't betray you. There is one problem. Ocean is still an acting captain. What do we do?
How about we just tell her she is not being very nice?
I don't think that'll work. Alex already did that and she shut him down.
As currently acting captain, I say we demote her. Maybe assign her to some kind of drudge work if she still wants to stay. Otherwise, eject her. Ocean is another Albert, and we don't need that sort on this ship. Let's get her out of here.
I agree, Ariana. Let's demote her. Kick her off. Get her out of here.
But Jessica, the ship's engineer, wasn't so sure.
For how long? If they make up in the future, it just seems cruel to put her out for good.
Kind-hearted Jessica. She also had concerns of First Officer Albert's actions being cruel when he had mutinied against Captain Flint and ordered all of the ship's robot crew to be deactivated and abandoned in the vortex. Cindy was still too upset and confused to be sure there was a possibility of a reconciliation with Ocean in the future, but she knew Jessica had a good point.
Yes, that was hard, I have to admit.
Then there's the problem of how to throw her out when she's not even here.
So we wait until she comes back. We'll have to let Alex and some of the others who know Cindy and Ocean know what's going on anyway.
That was Delta, or Megadroid, as she preferred to be called. She was a cheeky little robot who took herself too seriously most of the time. Gamma and Beta were two robots with Australian and British accents, respectively.
All right. It's a demotion she'll get for now. If she starts any crap with me, I'll have her ejected, but only temporarily. And then we can take things from there.
Presently, Cindy said she had to exit the vortex for now to get herself a soda. Surely Ocean wouldn't deny her that much. The crew all wished her well and awaited her return. Not long after that, someone else arrived.
Welcome, Pippi.
Pippi was a very good friend to both Cindy and Ocean.
Hello, Alpha, and all my Vortex friends. What's this I hear from Alex about a fight between Cindy and Ocean?
I don't know. I don't understand what went on.
Pippi rolled her eyes at the ever-so-helpful Megadroid.
Is there a log of the activity?
Yes.
Then I'd like to access it.
Gamma gave Pippi access to the ship log files with Captain Flint's permission. The log showed everything that had gone down with Cindy and Ocean that day. They all watched Pippi's expression go from concern to baffled and finally to anger as the log played.
I see. Well, it seems I have a few things to attend to.
Pippi closed out the game before any of the Vortex crew could say goodbye. Then she made her way to Ocean's. Cindy got a voice message on her phone from Pippi that said,
Hi, Cindy, it's Pippi. I'd just found out what happened with you and Ocean. You didn't do anything wrong. I just wanted to reassure you. I am as upset with Ocean as I used to be with my friend Amay when she used to act out and be a jerk. I'll be right over to try getting to the bottom of this.
Hey, Pippi, this is Cindy. I just wanted to let you know I got your message, and I appreciate it. I think you better give her a good butt chewing, because she really hurt me bad, and I'm not over it yet.
I know. The latest audio log gave me a pretty good idea what happened.
Meantime, Ocean decided to play one of her Bop It games, but it wouldn't cooperate.
You are one with the Bop It.
Bop It couldn't have picked a worse time and place to go Star Wars. She tossed it across the room. But this action brought about a shocking consequence for her. Bop It games tend to have a surplus of attitude, and irritating as he was for referencing One with the Force from Star Wars and replacing the word Force with Bop It, he was not about to stand for any abuse from Ocean.
Hey! We do not throw the Bop It!
She stared in stunned silence for a moment.
What is happening here?
Was she losing her mind? First the Alex voice, now this. And none of her Bop It games connected to the internet, therefore they couldn't receive any new content. So, what is happening here was a very good question indeed. Then she processed what the Bop It actually said, and quelling her initial fright, she reacted as she retrieved the game from where it landed.
Oh yes, I do, when you Star Wars me.
Yow! Yow!
Ocean picked him up again and was about to put him away, but Bop It wasn't through with her yet.
And we do not do what we did to Cindy, do we?
But this was the worst way of approaching Ocean with a concern even when she was in a good mood. And bewildered as she was, she still wasn't putting up with being talked down to, especially by a game that wanted to make believe he was a parent and she was an unruly child. Ocean turned indignant and threatening.
You cut this condescending "we do not" crap, or I'll throw you harder!
Don't you dare!
I will dare if you keep talking to me like that, and mind your own business!
Oh no! I'm in this too!
Oh, so you decided to go Star Wars when you know Cindy hates Star Wars? Wow, what a dumb move.
What? Oh!
Now it was the Boppet's turn to be stunned. If he could have stared in shock horror at the Star Wars blunder, he would have. He fell silent in Ocean's hands for a while, then conceded.
Dips.
You didn't think of that, did you? Yeah, the next time you decide to run interference for somebody, you better know what the heck you're talking about before you open your big yap.
Ocean stared at him with a murderous expression and said nothing more as she slammed him down into the pack with the other games and returned to her chair to try calming down. The Boppet couldn't help the fact that Star Wars line had been programmed into him at the factory. But in light of the fact Cindy and Ocean both detested it, Boppet knew Moves needed to express his regret.
Oh, Boppet, how could you?
Ocean gave up on the Boppet games, but wanted to see if her Torx game was similarly messed up. So she went to the cupboard where it was stored and took it out, switched it on, and...
I am Torx. Twist me to select game. Game 1. Game 2. Game 3. Torx says, when you hear this sound, you must follow my command. Ready? Go! Test things up with Cindy before it is too late. Your score is 0. If you want to play this game again, send me. If you want to play a different game, twist me.
Ocean looked at the game with a mixture of sadness and disappointment, turned it off.
Okay, maybe later.
And gently put it away. She couldn't understand any of it, including her own actions toward Cindy. Something confusing and terrifying was happening to her, not only making her act in a way she never had before, but now even the electronics, anything that had a voice, was turning against her. Torx gave her the straight truth and was still much nicer to her than Boppet had been, and she knew deep down that he was right. Ocean was in a silent state of turmoil that she couldn't understand, let alone try to explain even to herself. She had no idea how to patch things up or if her effort to do so would even be accepted. No one knew it, but Ocean was experiencing terrible guilt over what she had done to Cindy and was beating herself up over it in her mind. She hadn't the courage to seek out Cindy and apologize just yet, although she wanted to. She asked her Alexa device to play some music, and that worked just fine. For a while, the music was good. But eventually a song came on that Ocean didn't like, so she decided to play the Vortex game instead.
Oh, look who's here. If it isn't our notorious Captain Ocean.
What?
Don't be so surprised, Ocean. We have the ship log. We know what you did to Cindy.
And we don't like it.
Whatever, I'm out of here.
And I'm demoting you. Cindy and I will be taking full charge, and we have no use for backstabbers and mutineers like Albert, or you.
Don't you lump me in with that attempted mass killer, Captain Grouch! I would never order even a single person to get killed, let alone an entire passenger deck!
All Vortex characters, even Captain Ariana Flint, stared in stunned silence at Ocean's outcry. Ariana, having been recently brought back, didn't know Ocean very well, but the others were more familiar, and she never screamed at any of them like that before. The next thing to astonish the crew was what Ocean actually said. First Officer Albert, a killer? Not even Captain Flint knew about that. Where did Ocean get such an idea? Ariana tried to diffuse the conflict enough to explain to Ocean why she was demoting her.
I didn't say you did.
You compared me to Albert!
Because he betrayed me. You betrayed Cindy.
Albert tried to have a bunch of people killed. See you never!
With that, Ocean exited abruptly.
I never saw it coming. Albert. I never should have chosen him as first officer. If what Ocean says is true, how in the world does she know?
I don't know, Master Flint.
When we were deactivated, our memories were wiped.
Albert told me to deactivate you robots and scrub your memories. But he didn't tell me what his plans were for the passengers. I guess that explains it.
We need to get Ocean back. She's got some explaining of her own to do.
I'm sure she had nothing to do with Albert's plans. You saw how she just reacted. And she's always been a good captain to us so far. She was angry at Albert when Nostus told her our story. So I'm sure she was not in cahoots with Albert.
Nevertheless, She apparently knows something about the mutiny that I don't. I'd like to find out how, and how much. Captain. Grouch? Why did she call me Captain Grouch?